What's going on? Welcome to the Shit Guys Talk About. I got the Manic Genius, I got Taj, CLS, and myself, the Sophisticated Jerk. So welcome today. And, before we start, how's everybody doing today?
So
Doing pretty good. Can't complain.
Tired as hell. I'm tired, man. Tired. I ain't going front.
Y'all tired?
Yeah.
But just to kind of recap what we were discussing, like on the last show, I was looking, and I think I sent you the article, Manic, about Scottie Pippen and Larsa. So I think they finalized their divorce. She, I think, got half of her 401k plan or his retirement or something like that. So Larsa out here winning, man. Scottie out here taking some L's. So yeah, that shit's sad, man. But yeah, I just wanted to give that update. So Michael Jordan probably laughing at his house, him and Marcus at the expense of Scottie. So yeah,
he caked up though. Doing Scottie Pippen?
Yeah, no, I think he took some. I mean, he's still rich, but I think he took some. His deals were pretty light because I think he rushed into it. So he took the longer goal and he wasn't getting as much money and something like that. I think I read something about that. But yeah, he definitely ain't hurting. He ain't at home eating no Spam or anything. So
yeah, he ain't hurting. I mean, but I think she's gonna get well, the kids are grown, so she's not getting no child support. She'll probably get alimony, but that's about it. And I heard she was trying to get probably get like some of his retirement or some shit.
Yeah. Now, if I was him, I'd be like, look, Future and Marcus need to pay that shit. I would have threw them under the bus.
Mm-hmm. He's still a dumbass for dating her anyway.
Yeah, I agree with that. But all right, we'll go ahead and jump into the first topic. So I'll go ahead and cue that up. So if y'all didn't know, Zion Williamson recently got caught up, in a whole, entanglement with a porn star. So does anybody kind of been up to speed on that, or we'll go ahead and jump into the question? Anybody want to give some deeper background on that? What was her name? Moriah Mills?
Moriah Mills.
Moriah Mills?
Yeah.
Damn, you said that kind of fast?
No,
what's her measurements? He was like 5'4". Her zodiac sign. She's an Aquarius.
I just read the same Twitter shit y'all motherfuckers probably read. Like the shit on Twitter, and then it's a news article. I mean, shit was on like Fox News. She's a dumbass for going on social media and broadcasting that she's gonna, put out release that sex tape with him on it. Like she was trying to blackmail the team owner or something into trading them because she's like, you don't deserve to play in New Orleans or some shit because you ruined my life, that type of shit. She's on that bullshit. But nah, that's Louisiana. Now fucking
wait, that's the one he's having a child with now, or
no, his baby's mom.
She's a side chick. She's a side chick.
Oh. Yeah, the porn star is the side chick.
The porn star is the side chick. He got a live-in girlfriend that's pregnant, and she went on. Yeah. She went online and they went on their social media, probably his Instagram, and he broadcasted that she was about to have his baby, and then she saw that, and that's when she reacted, saying, "Okay, I'm gonna show our sex tape off." And he had a trap. She called it a trap phone. He had he had 2 cell phones. He used the trap phone. He was hooking up with the porn star and using that cell phone to record, making homemade sex videos with her.
Bro,
and he was
stupid,
showing,
man.
Yeah, he was showing. he went around showing it to other people, and he was showing those homemade videos to other people. And then she found out that got back to her. She found out about it. She got upset about that too, and she just blasted them online. But what's it called? What I'm trying to think. What's that law? Revenge porn. That revenge porn law. Like most states have that revenge porn law. So yeah, so they shut her down. They shut her account down, and they're about to take her to court. Because most states, I think most states have that law now. That revenge porn shit. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that stuff's serious.
Yeah, bro. Mm-hmm. Now it is. It's more serious now than it was before.
So does she look official? I didn't see her image.
No.
She?
Yeah, she look good. She's not a bad looking woman. It's not that. It's just the fact that she's doing all this stuff that just makes her look like a thirst trap. I guess whatever you want to call her. I mean, but she gonna be paying him. I think she said she might be pregnant by him too. So this dude, he about to have ghetto twins. Because he got 2 women pregnant by the same time. That's I don't know if that's the term.
That's what they call, man. That's the official term, ghetto twins.
Oh, that term is old,
at first we was worried about this dude. Wait, man.
That.
Now we gotta worry about him with these damn porn stars and shit.
Dog, most of the ball players got porn stars. They got chicks on the side, or just side. Those are side chicks for rich niggas. That's all. And you can just spend. You just got more disposable income to buy more pussy. That's all.
But my man, what he paid like 5 games in the NBA, and he already causing drama. Because I know he's always hurting stuff. So
then he take like a season off trying to like lose weight or whatever. He had like a weight issue and injury problems and shit.
Yeah.
Squandering. So let me go ahead and ask y'all the questions, and I'm gonna start with you, Manic, first. Would you ever date or marry someone in the sex trades, aka a porn star or a stripper or somebody in that lane?
Good question.
No. I got my kid in the background, so you're gonna hear some.
No, it's all good.
Yeah. So no.
Oh yeah, I heard it.
So there's like two parts: is date or marry. So no on both.
No. Yeah, it's gonna be a no on both for me. Just because I believe in your reputation. This is like my brand. I see myself as at a certain level. So definitely not date, not marry.
Okay. All right, CLS, I'm coming to you. Would you ever date or marry someone in the sex trades?
I mean, not now that I'm older. Now, if you'd have asked me that when we were back in our 20s, oh yeah, absolutely. Back then, that's when we were younger, though. Dude, think about it. Look at it like this. By the time you graduate high school, your college years. I mean, what do you think most college guys are doing? The same thing we did when we were in the military. We did it. Civilian women were hooking up with college girls, going to clubs, meeting randoms, and going to bars. We were going to bars, clubs, strip clubs. What's the difference? You're hooking up with a bunch of random people. What's the difference? Strippers. I mean, I got
a known porn star though, like someone on that.
What's the difference though? It's no different than you going to a nightclub and you meeting some. That's the best example because we were in the military together, so you knew how like some of the women back then used to get down. A lot of those chicks, I'm saying, they were juggling dudes too. They were juggling. They were, So what's the difference than you hooking up with a military personnel, like a female that's in the military, and she's hooking up with college dudes and then also military personnel? There's no difference. You fuck like 20 dudes. And then you're hooking up with her. It's not like you're trying to marry her. You guys are just fooling around. It's just a casual relationship.
Yeah.
The only difference is if you hook up with a porn star, she's just on a higher platform. More people know who she is. You know what I mean? She's more famous. More well known. That's pretty much the only difference. You might have a little more money than some average girl, but it's the same thing. I don't see the difference. And then
crazy, man. I was expecting that answer from you for real. I ain't gonna.
But look. There's really no difference. What's the difference? Like if you was in college right now, you're the youngest person probably in this group. If you was still in college right now, right, and you was hooking up with a bunch of random girls, you can probably sleep with like 100 girls on campus. It's no different than you doing that and you fucking one porn star. What's the difference? You'd have had 100 dicks. You'd have had 100 college girls.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
There's no difference.
I ain't disagreeing with you.
All right, so Taj, would you ever date or marry someone in the sex trades?
Yeah, I would. No, I wouldn't marry. No, but we just play like Corey said. Just messing around. Nothing too serious. That damn straight. You know what I mean? For one, I'm kind of sex crazed for real. I'm a damn freak. I ain't in front. Yeah. I ain't got no shame in my game, baby. So so what, we gonna have our fun. Marry you? Nah. I ain't gonna do all that because. With my man's up top, I believe in reputation too. But at the same time, if we just having fun, I don't give a damn.
Exactly.
It ain't nothing serious.
Casual, bro. It's casual. And then it's not like you're trying to marry the chick and wife her and settle down and buy a house and a cat and a goldfish with her ass. You know what I mean? y'all just kicking it. That's it. Yeah, y'all just chilling. Just a flyby. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Drive by.
It's a little fling. That's all it is.
Definitely probably about early days. I don't think I could do the porn star, man. Like, because what y'all saying is making sense. Because there's like no difference if you run around and you do a reckless. But I think it's once you cross that line and you got all that exposure. I think that's what. Yeah, I'm like, nah, I can't do it because you too visible at that point. So,
dude. What about Dennis Rodman? Well, maybe he's not a good example. He was running for everything. Though. Dennis Rodman, that nigga he didn't fuck Madonna. He was fucking porn stars.
Yeah, I mean, Dennis was running around, but
yeah, and just like my man said, when he was playing basketball, that dude, man, he was fucking getting 30 rebounds a night, and he was playing with syphilis, gonorrhea, and chlamydia all at the same time.
And that gave him his superpowers.
Oh man.
You said he had all that sore ankles.
He had all that shit. And that nigga Tony Baker was like, he said, man, this dude, man, he was fucking robbing people in alleyways and he was playing with STDs. He was balling. He was doing his job. He did his job every night too. Best defensive player. He got like 100 rebounds a night. He was doing his shit. Yeah.
So let me ask you guys a question. do you think like somebody that makes it to like Zion Williamson's, you know, because they still young and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you think they should be messing with people in the sex trades or like a porn star or something like that? Or do you think they should be avoiding that? Because I know you did mention you had a good point, CLS, where they had the side chicks and stuff, but
yeah, dude, they all do, bro. All that, even I mean, they're just like we might not know about it unless the stripper or the Instagram model or whatever, they write a tell-all book about it, which most of them are doing that now. You know what I'm saying? They took a page out of Corinne Steffen's book and they're just all airing these dudes out. They airing them out. They writing books.
But do you think like they should avoid these chicks for them reasons and stuff like that?
No,
they're not going to though. They're not going to, bro. Yeah, I read a story. Just to insert this one thing, I read a story about a guy in the NBA, and this I think she was like an Instagram model. She hooked up with this ball player. Long story short, no, she was talking about how she got a hotel room with this basketball player that plays in the NBA. They were having sex. She told dude that she was on her period, and he didn't even give a fuck, yo. He didn't even care. Went raw dog and all that stuff. And she said in her book, she said she felt embarrassed because like the next day or whatever, the cleaning lady came in there, you know, to change the linen and all that stuff. And it looked like a fucking crime scene in there, yo. The funniest shit ever, yo. But that's how nasty them dudes are, though, man. That's how nasty they are. That was the point I was trying to make, I guess. They don't care,
they definitely
bro.
reckless.
They don't care.
So Taj, do you think they should be all right messing with these chicks?
I mean, it's like you said, man. They young, you know, for real. Like, just to be like, put yourself in their shoes, man. Especially for Zion, for real. He probably was watching that chick in high school, for real. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, now I got the money, you know, I got the connections. I can get to this chick now. Like, you know what I mean?
And now he has access.
For real. So
I want you to
that's easy. That's no brainer.
And also once you start making more money, you have access to women that you didn't have access to before.
Exactly.
The same thing happened with the baby. The same thing happened to him. The exact same thing. He got, you know, before he started making money, you know what I mean? And, you know, he was selling all those records. Yeah, he's probably just dating, you know, like average chicks at, you know, like, I don't know, somebody like Wendy's or some shit. Now he's dating like, you know, he's dating models and singers and all that type of stuff. Because he got bread, man. He got money now. So when you got money,
Carmelo Anthony mess with a stripper?
He did.
Oh yeah.
He did.
And he got her pregnant, didn't he?
He cheated on Lala. He cheated on Lala.
Twice.
Yeah. Facts. And then I think he had another kid too.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
All right, Manic, I'm gonna ask you about that. Save us, because these mugs is wild out here. CLS and Taj, boy.
It's the truth, bro. It's the truth. Hey, just speaking the truth, bro.
The real,
This is
no, for real. No, I like what y'all saying. But what do you think? Like Zion should stay away from these type of chicks? What would your advice be on that?
I think he needs to fire his PR team. Like first and foremost, like his team, anybody around him, they got to keep him safe, man. There should be no reason that any type of connection has like a direct line to him. It should be like he should be having an assistant calling these women and being like, hey, sign this NDA, boom, boom, boom. If you want the opportunity to deal with this type of dude. And then, you know, the payments, he needs to remove himself from that, step away from that. So it can just be a matter of he say, she say, or like, you know, hearsay. You know, he's got definitely enough money because I did read a little bit what CLS was talking about on the article, and apparently he was paying her like money, and I don't know if it was like specifically for, you know, the hush experience, money. Yeah, or if it was hush money, or if it was just like, hey, I got it like that, you know, I'll, you know, trying to show off, show off, whatever it is, but yeah, he needs to get rid of his whole team, because I mean he is young, he is gonna make mistakes, he's gonna be dumb. We've all been reckless.
Yep.
And Taj actually made an excellent point. I didn't think about that. He probably was watching her, you know, coming up, being like, "Oh man, she's," and then finally having the opportunity to get access. So that does change something. Like, you know, he probably has her on like a pedestal, if you say. But yeah, he definitely needs some guidance, different PR team, and just people to stop him from himself. Because he's thirsty. My man is grade A thirsty.
He is.
Like,
he is. Yeah, but like a fucking dog getting sprayed with a water hose. You know, like a dog drinking from a water hose.
Yeah, like a middle school cat. Like,
yeah.
And this is the problem. You can tell like dudes that don't really be out there getting anything. You know, if his name wasn't Zion Williamson, you know, he would just be probably I hate to say, he'd probably be a lame,
Yeah,
just by his actions.
Could be like what a 6'10" maintenance man. He'd be a 6'10" janitor, boy. He'd be a fucking janitor. Like out the
Some
hallway.
big ass dude on the fries and shit.
Yeah, right. Probably.
Nah, but I just think. Yeah, I think dudes that like hit that type of level, man. I mean, I get it, man. You know, you are young and stuff. You gonna make some mistakes, but it's just like, man, when you getting that type of bread, and you know, you can hit them levels of greatness and stuff like that. It's like, man, you got to stay away from that type of stuff. I think, or like what Manic was saying, man, you need to be on some like discreet stuff. You need to be in like Honduras. Your name need to be Miguel Sanchez. You know, you be under aliases, man. You can't be out here maneuvering like that. Cause you hit a good point, CLS. Like, man, they be writing these tell-all books. Like, I don't know if in high school they have like a hidden course for some of these chicks where they could write books and stuff. Cause I'm like, damn, like how many tell-all books is coming out and people don't learn their lesson and stuff. So it's like, man, you already know that prototype is gonna throw you under the bus. When that money stops coming, they like, hey, they calling them editors up.
It's a quick bag. Just, you know, that's for some of them, you know, that's a come up for them. It's a come up. You know, and you got and most young men, and I think most young men, they do go through a horror phase before they're ready to settle down. You got to get that shit out of your system, and that's probably what he's still doing. Maybe he's still getting it all out of his system. He's not. What is he like? 25, 24?
Yeah, he's young, 24, 25. Yeah.
He got to get that shit out of his system. I just don't like the way. I mean, he could just stay single and just do whatever he wants. You know what I mean? Have to like answer to no one and getting these, you know, his girlfriend. You know, if he didn't have the living girlfriend, that situation, he could have just stayed single and just dated whoever he wanted.
Right.
Yeah, and I do think for like athletes, you know, once they probably focus on training so much, so they probably miss out. So like you said, they just go buck wild once they kind of get that money and stuff. It's like, hey, I'm partying. I got access to all this stuff.
And you just reminded me of something else when you made that last comment. LeVar Ball. You know who LeVar Ball is, right?
Uh-huh.
And that's what LeVar Ball was telling his sons. He was telling them, he was like, now that you guys are playing professional basketball, you're not going to be able to find a good woman, probably until you damn near retire. You're not going to be able to find a woman like your mother. You know what I mean? He told him straight up. He was just like, are you going to date his whores? That's pretty much what he said.
Damn,
most
that's
of those
right.
Most of those women are thirsty. You guys are rich now. You're famous. You're a basketball player. Yeah. It's just, these are the type of women that you're going to attract. You ain't going to get. He met, I think he met their mom in college when they were in college. They were both college athletes. That's how he met their mom. Yeah,
that's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, all right. Anything else on this topic? We'll go ahead and move into the next one. So, all right. Let me cue up.
Hilarious.
All right. So, recently, like Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union, you know, we're talking. They had some like interviews where they're discussing, you know, being in like a 50-50 relationship where they split the bills.
Oh.
So, like, do you guys think there's an issue with splitting the bills with like your significant other or your spouse? And the reason I wanted to ask you guys, because you guys are not in this space, like, you know, that relationship YouTube stuff. So I wanted to get your guys' take on that, you know, how you kind of view that like whole arrangement, like splitting the bills down the line.
I mean,
so I'll go to you first, CLS.
Okay.
Oh, you mean as far as like, with them? You mean, or you say just in general?
With them and even in general. It would be two parts.
I wasn't even, honestly, I wasn't even aware that they had that arrangement. But I know he makes more money than her. Come on now. Obviously, he has way more money than her. And I don't even think they're in the same fucking tax bracket.
Nah, man, that's not what she said.
Dude, she got money. Dude, what's it? You know the last movie I saw Gabrielle Union in?
Yeah, she's capping. She
was in fucking, what was that movie? Birth of a Nation. That was the last movie I saw her in. Have you seen Birth of a Nation? Mm-hmm. Exactly. It was a good movie, though. It was a slave movie. I mean,
so did she have like a big role? Was she?
I mean, she had a small part. I mean, like, you know,
she didn't get that bread like D Wade.
She wasn't like the main character or anything, but you know, I think it was
like decent size.
Nat Turner. I think it was Nat Turner, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah. It's about him. That's what it was about, really. But she was just in it.
So you think like since D Wade is like making more money, he should be taking up more of the slack? Is that what you're saying?
He chose to wife her though, bro. He didn't have to marry her because you remember that situation. The reason they had a break, they took a break for whatever reason. I think they were still together, but she said they took a break, and I guess he started hooking up with some other chick. He had a side chick. He got the side chick pregnant and had a baby with her, and then they got back together. I think it was more about it's just the fact that she wanted to be with Dwayne Wade. That's what just his name and just who he is, everything he accomplished. She just wanted Dwayne Wade. That's why she went back to him. Because any other woman probably went back to him. If he was just fucking Dwayne, I don't know, like the fucking manager at McDonald's or some shit. She wouldn't have went back to that guy. I don't think she would have. He's Dwayne Wade, bro. That's why you went back to him, because he got bread, and he's a superstar basketball player, man. He's one of the greats.
Yeah,
he's fucking dope.
All right, Taj, do you see any issue with them splitting the bills 50-50?
I mean, I want to start off with this. Like, I don't know where I heard it from, but excuse me, it was a comedian talking about, because they was actually clowning D Wade about it. Mm-hmm. She was talking about how she was able, like, she had the right to go sleep with whoever, whenever, because she was taking care of everything in the household, like as if he wasn't doing shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, in a marriage, I do personally feel like, the man should be taking care of things like that. The woman kind of comes in as extra, because I mean, obviously, you guys are a team, but at the same time, it's the head and the neck. You know what I mean? You got the man that's the head, you got the wife that's the neck. If the head falls off, you got your neck right there for your support. You know what I mean? Make sure you don't fall all the way off. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I don't necessarily have a problem with it, but I don't know, man. I don't know. That's kind of give or take there. I want to say, it's just me, my own perspective. Like, I would rather take care of the majority of like the bills, not have the woman, even if she offers. Nah, you know what I mean? Because yours come in as extra. If we were to fall, I'm gonna need you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just let me handle this here. We ain't gotta do no 50-50 type shit. We not roommates. We married. Like, you know what I mean? So like, just you chill with your money, while I'm able to handle some shit. You know what I mean? And if I should fall, that's when we gonna need you. You know what I mean? That's the way I see it.
Yeah.
Okay. So you had similar sentiments, CLS, pretty much. Like, you'd rather take everything.
Yeah. I mean, speaking for myself, if I was in that situation, I mean, in his case, if we were talking about Dwayne Wade, I mean, all their bills are paid, bro. He probably owned multiple homes. I mean, what, they gonna split the cell phone bill or some shit? I mean, everything's paid. all their cars are paid for. All their homes are paid for. The kids live with him, so it's not like he's paying child support. Except maybe the kid from the side chick. I think maybe he might be paying child support for that kid.
Damn, I didn't even know that. I thought.
Yeah. She got upset one year. I think like a few years back during Christmas, they were taking. You know how like during Christmas people take those family photos. She didn't even want she didn't want his son from the side chick to be in the family photo. Because at that time, they didn't have any kids together. He just had the kids from his college. I think it was like his college sweetheart. The woman he was married to before he married her.
Oh, okay. Now.
Yeah. But then I think eventually they had a kid. But I mean, he already had kids before they got together. And then, but yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with that. Like, if I was in a relationship, I was married or whatever. I mean, of course, I mean, that's your wife is going to be, I mean, that's your partner. So you guys should have each other back. And that's going to be, she's going to be a safety net. If you get hurt on the job or something like that, you're going to have that person that's going to hold you down, right? That's it, it's a partnership, right? I've never been married before, but, yeah.
No, dope perspectives, man. This is what this is about, man. Everybody ain't gonna have the same thing, so it's good just to hear different perspectives. So, Manic, I'm gonna kick it over to you, man. Get your take.
Okay. Solely speaking on D Wade and Gabby, they have an excellent setup. And this, we talked about this a little bit offline, but yeah, D Wade. You can tell Gabrielle Union likes D Wade, like, especially with these celebrities. When you get a woman that is willing to meet you halfway, or put forth her effort and show you not just with, quotes or real action, like putting up her cash, like that's a whole different level of desire. And I think that's the level of desire that all men should aspire to be to any woman that they deal with. To where a chick is not looking at you as just to extract your resources. She don't see D Wade as like, I'm just trying to take his resources. She's like, hey, I want to show you that I can give to you as well. So, I mean, that's the ultimate form of, commitment. So I rock with it. Now, just in my personal life, a lot of people say the man should do X, Y, Z. The woman should be, nah, motherfucker, it's 2023. If I'm coming with that bag, your ass better be coming with that bag too. I don't deal with no broke women Fuck broke hoes. Like if you ain't got your bag right, you're not fucking with me. Like straight up, because I'm on some fly shit. I'm trying to do some more fly shit. My resources are my resources. So if you can't do the fly shit with me, you're gonna be lonely as hell when I'm on these vacations.
You said you gotta kick in, huh?
Yeah, because I'm not paying for shit. You're gonna have to cover your own way. And a lot of women be like, oh my gosh, I would never do anything like that. Like, cool, I would never do anything like you. So next.
So it's kind of like a way to disqualify, I'll say self-centered people. You're saying?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like whenever I hear a woman who's on that, like, hey, a dude has to do X, Y, Z for me, I'm like, okay, find that dude. Like, it's not me. I tell them from the get-go too. It's so funny. I love FaceTiming women and doing that because their face is just like, yo, this dude is serious. He's saying he's not gonna. I'm like, yeah, I'm telling you straight up. I'm not gonna open your door for you. I'm not gonna do all this extra stuff because, that's what everybody else does. Just to trick you, like getting the pants. I'm not doing that. You gonna feel my authenticity from the jump. And if you rock with it, you rock with it. If you don't, then you don't. But it's gonna save us both some time. Because I ain't got time to deal with no chick who's out here trying to be self-centered and like everything revolves around me like I'm the sun. It's just like, all right, find you a dude. There's plenty of dudes out there that will treat you like that. But the fact that you're single tells me that you might be struggling to find that. So like, oh, I'm single by choice. No, you're not. Stop it.
Shout out to Manic, man. I'm out here telling lies. I don't know about he out here laying out the cards on the table. I'm lying. Nah, I totally agree because, man, me and my wife, we do a 50-50 and stuff like that. And I think it's a good arrangement if you both like financially, sound and you kind of understand the dynamics. But I do have to give a little pushback because I usually agree with Manic on this. But I think in the Gabrielle Union and D-Wade case, I don't think he never really should have been with her. But just kind of hearing her talk about it, I don't think he should have done the 50-50 with her. Because the way she was kind of speaking, it sounded like it was a leverage thing for her. When she was like talking like, oh, okay, if I pay half these bills, then, somewhat I'm kind of, taking over that leadership thing and stuff like that. And I think when you're taking that approach to it, you're doing it for the wrong reasons, because I do like what Manic was saying as far as like, you're supposed to be pulling your resources and everything should be like to put the household ahead. But when somebody's just doing it for like an ulterior motive and stuff like that, that's when I think is like, you don't probably want to take that deal because now they're trying to, gain leverage on you and stuff like that. So I saw an interview with her, I think the other day, and she was kind of speaking about it. And then he had an interview where he was just like, well, I'm not paying for, she has her whole entourage, family and stuff like that. So he was breaking it down like, I'm not paying for that shit. I'll pay for my family, my entourage and stuff like that, but I'm not taking on that extra burden. So I understand why he set it up like that. But when she was talking, it was like, damn, she's trying to like do that off stuff where like, you can't tell me what to do type stuff. And
she wrote a book, right?
Oh, she did.
She's full of shit too. Yeah, and even in the book, I didn't read the book. but I remember reading some stuff about it because she was talking about it. No, she was talking about how in the beginning she was having regrets, about marrying him in the first fucking place, and it was mainly it was due to the fact that he had that kid by that side chick. So I was like, well, why did you marry him anyway? Then why'd you marry him after the fact? Then you knew this was before I guess he proposed or whatever. They decided to just finalize things and just stay together. They could have just just stayed broken up. She went forward with the marriage anyway. Yeah,
she said she knew that enough worth. She looked that up. She probably hit Google, was like, oh shit. 200?
Exactly, though. Fame, status, just fame, bro. Yeah. Just him. She just wanted him, dude. She didn't want nobody else to have him, though. That's why she married him. That's what I think. She didn't want nobody else to have him. He can have his pick.
Yeah, and you also got to think about with Gabrielle Union, like if you've seen the last things that she's been doing, it's all been in relationship to Dwayne Wade. Every single commercial that she's on, that's because Dwayne Wade and her are in the spotlight because of their kid, doing the whole flip.
Talking about the transgender kid. It's his son.
Switcheroni.
Yep. Yep.
So
they capitalized on that too.
Yeah, I mean, they capitalize on that, and
Yep.
Gabrielle Union is like the face of it. She's the face of that whole movement, and it's just
Bingo.
like, yeah. So it's just like Dwayne Wade presents, so many benefits for her because if it weren't for that, like, what would Gabrielle Union be doing?
Still
if it weren't
acting.
What was that one cheerleader movie that like part 15 of that motherfucker?
Bring it on,
bring it on 25 and shit.
She did.
She could have been a cheerleading coach.
Like, she did the joint with DMX. Was it Exit Wounds? Was it Exit Wounds? No. It was Cradle to the Grave. She was in that movie. I like that movie. You ever see Cradle to the Grave?
I don't remember her in Cradle to the Grave.
With DMX?
Yeah, DMX, I remember Cradle to the Grave and Jet Li, right?
Jet Li. Jet Li was in it. Right, because they were trying to get those black diamonds, remember?
Yeah.
That was old.
Oh yeah, that's right. She was in.
Yeah, she was in it. It was like 2003, I think. 2003.
Yeah, that was old.
It was a long time, bro. Long time. We were still in the military. It was a good movie though, man. It was like 2003, 2004, like around it. Anthony Anderson was in it too.
Yeah, that's right. Was that her?
Yeah, bro.
No, I thought that was Aaliyah, wasn't it?
No. That's Romeo Must Die. That's Romeo Must Die.
Oh, Romeo Must Die.
Romeo Must Die. And DMX was, that club owner in that movie.
That's right.
Isaiah
the same
cast, yeah.
But it was like Isaiah Washington in that one. Isaiah Washington, the dude from the Temptations movie. I can't remember his name. He was in it. He was like Aaliyah's brother. Yeah.
Yeah. But not Manic had I like what you kind of bought out because she's doing all them commercials. But I think like D Wade's being slick. He's like, shoot, let me leverage my stardom and so she could pay half this damn rent.
Yeah.
He's like, I gotta get her this money, man, because she gotta kick in on this.
Like she ain't broke. I think she is a millionaire. She just don't have his money. That's what I'm saying. She ain't like I don't think she got like
levels to it.
Yeah, it's just levels. That's all. She's just on.
Nah, but she was in that interview. She was like, "Hey, I'm kind of struggling taking on all this stuff." She was like trying to get the squad behind her. That's when they started kind of. I think what Taj was saying, they kind of started making fun of D Wade for like putting her in this arrangement. But D Wade was like, "I don't give a damn what y'all say. Like, she paying."
She's still bad. I mean, I like Gabrielle Union. She's still bad. I mean, like I like her. But
one of the things D Wade said too was that like. He brought up the, hey, what am I supposed to do? Pay for everything, and she just stack up all her bread and build a fortune. And it's just like that's what I look at for my relationships. It's like, what are you doing on the other side? If I'm with you, and we got this household that that I'm paying for everything, what are you doing with your money? Because I mean, I just don't. Deal with women who don't have like professional jobs and stuff like that. It's just not my type. So I have a professional woman, she's working and whatnot. What is she doing with her money? Just like saving it for what?
She's gonna be this beautiful sandwich making trophy wife.
Sandwiches.
Dude. No, he reminded me of something else. Remember the situation with Deion Sanders and his ex-wife?
What happened with that?
Yeah, he divorced her because he didn't. I think from what I was reading the stuff, the reports, basically, he divorced her because he didn't want her to have a career, even though she had a career prior to meeting him. But then once he married him and they had all their kids, I think they got like 4 kids together. He didn't want her to have a career. When she was ready to go back to work, I think that just caused problems in the marriage, and that was one of the reasons why I think they broke up.
And did she take half his shit?
I think she got something. They got like 4 kids together.
And that's the thing, man. Guys got to be careful for it because I'm with Manic. Like I said, me and my wife. Like I said, we split everything. But man, when I'm hearing guys like, and on the flip side, when they get took it to the cleaners, that's the they ain't working, man. That's what it's coming with. Damn. But I looked it up. Gabby, she's worth $40 million. Damn. So she got some bread.
But see, Deion Sanders, he didn't want her to work though. That's the thing. He didn't want her to work. She was modeling and doing some other stuff when they met. He just didn't want her to work. He wanted her to be a sandwich making trophy wife.
Yeah. Hopefully, if we blow up, I want to interview him. I want to see if he has a switch of thought now. Nah, he's probably like, look, she gonna be working now after that cleanup.
He took it up a notch, bro.
Oh, he did.
Hell yeah, he leveled up. Let me see, who is he dating? Yeah, you know who he's fucking dating now.
Who's that?
It's so fucking random, yo. And I was telling you about the whole Hollywood circle, how famous people just date other famous people and they all like sleep with each other. Yeah, he's fucking dating Babyface ex-wife now.
Damn.
What?
You know who Babyface ex-wife is? Was it Tracy Edmonds?
Tracy Edmonds, yeah.
Yes. And before that,
they've been together for a minute though.
Yeah, but no. But before that nigga, she was with Eddie Murphy.
What?
Before him? Yes, bro. Yes. Yo, man, she went from Babyface to Eddie Murphy to Deion Sanders. all top tier niggas, all top tier.
Yeah, but they, like you said, they stay in them circles. So
yeah. But these are like top tier dudes though. They all mastered their craft. If you think about it, come on, Babyface, Eddie Murphy, Deion Sanders.
But it sounds like they ain't got no goddamn game. They ain't mastered the game because shit. they keep getting taken for.
I'm just saying they all got money, man. They all making more money than their spouse.
Yeah, they do.
All three of them.
But all right, does anybody else have anything else on this topic before we get to the solution, the Reddit question?
Y'all got me rethinking now how I was thinking. Okay.
What were you thinking?
I'm taking some notes tonight.
What you rethinking, Taj? Go ahead.
Hey, Taj, it's protection, man. That 50-50 is protection, man. Because if things go south, she's taking half. Like, let's just say you make exactly $100,000, like after taxes taken out. Like, y'all together, she don't make zero. Now y'all leave, she's got to take half of that, and rightfully so. She needs to live. But if you're making 100,000 and she's making 100,000 and y'all split and leave, she don't get nothing because y'all are both good. And even in the law, even in the eyes of the law is going to see it as like, hey, y'all are both good. She had her career, you have your career, y'all can part ways, and you're off the hook. And it's safer. Like, it's safe.
Yeah, I guess because most people, they don't sign a prenup anymore. They don't do the prenuptial agreement no more. They marry for love.
And then Manic hit on a good point earlier where it's just like, when somebody's willing to come in and contribute and put the household first, it just shows that level, like, they're selfless and, they are, because I think there's two deals that you're going to get as a guy. Like, if a female doesn't really like you, she's coming to you like on some gold digger type shit. Like, hey, I'm putting all this burden on you. But if a female, like, I think truly has that attraction and likes you, she's coming in there like, how can I assist you? How can I help out? How can I put the household first? So, it is a good indicator sometimes. Like, if she's willing to contribute and she just ain't tripping about it and, trying to guilt trip you into taking on more, and then, you do got somebody that's like, kind of like viewing you in a different role. Like, hey, I really like this guy and I'm putting that household first. So it is a good, like I say, way to separate out people,
Yeah.
So, Taj, we give you some game today, bro.
Yeah.
Taj, like, look,
lie, man, they had to give me a whole damn interview damn near. Hey, you got this, you got that, you got that shit. Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Well, I guess if you come into the table and you both bringing the same things to the table, then it's not like, nobody has one up on nobody. You know what I mean? You're bringing the same shit she's bringing to the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think in situations like that, you're coming there. It's like you want to be, you're not there out of a necessity. You're not there like, hey, a lot of females, they're with dudes because it's like, hey, I'm struggling. I need to get ABC. But it's just like, if y'all both come in there, you're, like I said, financially good. It's just a different situation where it's like, hey, we want to be with each other. If we broke up, we're both going to be good. So, it's I think a different level of commitment somewhat.
All right, well, yeah, I'm definitely gonna take this all in.
You got time, man. I was saying, just take your time. Like I said, you still in your 20s, man. You had a great age right now, dude.
Hell yeah, enjoy that.
Take your time, bro. Take your time.
I forgot who I was talking to the other day. I was like, man, I looked up, man, and it just, man, I'm in my 40s now. But
yeah,
like, CLS was saying earlier, it's like, man, just the other day, man, we was in our 20s, like ripping and running.
I was thinking about that too. I was thinking about them days at Fort Hood and. Yeah, so many stories, bro. So many stories.
Yeah, we used to clown all the time. But I'll go ahead and move to the Reddit question. So again, man, we're gonna try to put a solution to this. I'll go ahead and I got the scrolling on the bottom, but that thing goes kind of fast. So I'll just go ahead and read it out. So 27-year-old male found out his girlfriend, 26, has slept with 3 guys from his social circle before him. Would you break up or stay in the relationship if you found this out?
I actually kind of been through something like this before.
Me too.
The woman I was seeing had kind of messed with our friends for real, or at least my friends, you know what I'm saying? And at first it bothered me heavy because I didn't want to take no chances of them trying to like clown me or like punk me in any type of way or talk shit behind my back. Like, oh, I had you, I used to start arguments with her on purpose because I would just be mad, you know what I mean? But at the same time, we sat down, we talked about it, And she apologized, but at the same time, I was like, nah, let me go ahead and apologize, because at the end of the day, it happened before me, like way before me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I had nothing to do with you then, the way I do now. As long as you ain't doing that shit now, we ain't got, ain't nothing you got to worry about.
Right.
I gotta be mature and drop that shit. Like, you know what I mean? It was a tough pill to swallow, and I ain't gonna lie, nigga got his ass whooped because he tried to pump some shit like that. But at the end of the day, I had to be the mature one here. You know what I'm saying? So I let it go, but it was hard, man. I ain't gonna front. So I'll vote to stay in it. It all depends on the person.
I agree with you. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, I heard a little bit of it. I missed a part of it dealing with my kid. You said you dated a girl and she told you about it.
So like what happened was, when her and I were talking, she was already been with probably maybe two of my friends already. She'd been with some other guys that I happen to be good friends with and play ball with.
Yeah.
And I would start arguments with her because I'll be so pissed off because I didn't want to take no chance of them like talking smack behind my back, which one of them did. I dealt with that.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't want them trying to clown me or pump me in any type of way, regarding that. So I would kind of be immature, kind of start shit. She didn't know where it was coming from. And then one day I did snap and I said it. We sat down, we talked about it, and she apologized as if, she had to. And I'm like, no. Like, if anybody who need to apologize, it's me, because it happened before me. I wasn't dealing with you then. I didn't really know much about you. You was messing with them. That was you. As long as you're not messing with them now and I ain't got nothing to worry about in that area no more, we good. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Now that's mature.
Yeah, man.
All right, Manic, I'm coming to you. Would you break up or stay in this relationship? Did you hear the scenario?
I heard the whole scenario. In this scenario, honestly, I probably would break up with her. Just because if it's me, my circle of people is kind of small. So if you already done ran through the small circle, and I run with some savages, so it's like it wouldn't even be like a thing to where it would be like, oh dang, like you got like, no, these dudes, some of these dudes will charm the pants right off you. So it's just like, I mean, it would just be a no for me, because if they ran through you, right, why am I going to put the title on and be like, you're my girl? Like, if it's just like a fling type thing, then yeah, it's cool. Like, I'm not even tripping off that. But like, you're not about to, we're not about to be connected. We're not about to be holding hands. We're not about to be like, it's and it doesn't have to do with obviously women are going to have more than 3 bodies, and I would say like 90+% of the time. But in your small or in your actual circle of friends or people you deal with, your social circle, that means she's running laps. Like, because imagine when it's just like a type of woman like that is just like, it's like you. I hate to do this because people hate when you do analogies with women in cars, but man, if I gotta,
the car analogy,
is it too much mileage?
If I got,
I was gonna say that.
Exactly. If I got a Mercedes Benz or a BMW and that joint got 200,000 miles on it, like it's really not that good. I'd rather take a Hyundai, a Honda, a Ford, with lower mileage, because I mean the maintenance, you got.
My man said a Fiat.
Yeah, I'll take anything.
Yeah, right.
Anything other than 200,000 miles. I mean, you gotta change timing belts, like engine work. Like, yeah, that's that emotional stuff you gotta fix. It's like, man, you didn't already try to soul tie and bond with, to that level of intimacy with, 3 dudes in my social circle. Like, yeah, we pillow talking and that's just.
So CLS, all right, I'm coming to you now, but I gotta ask you something, Taj, about the situation.
All right.
No, I was gonna say I agree with them both. Like Taj, I agree with you both. But I guess it depends on your relationship with that circle, like the guys, those mutual friends. Like, because like some people are just associates, but some people you consider like close friends.
Yeah.
So I guess there's a difference between the two. Now, if it was just people I was cool with, like, you kind of see each other in passing and you just speak. Those type of people, I don't think it would bother me as much as if it was one of my close friends, in my circle.
Yeah.
Like, I've been friends with this guy since the sandbox. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's my man. That's my right hand right there. I was that if I was that close to the person, nah, I wouldn't do it. But
all three of them were your groomsmen.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't date. Nah, nope. I broke up with a girl once because I found out that she hooked up with one of my friends. So I just broke. Because me and him, we grew up in a small city, so it's one of those towns where our families know each other. You know what I mean? Everyone knows each other. So, after a while, that's kind of how it went. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna date somebody's ex at some point. You know what I mean? That's how you grow up in a small city. But no, I dumped this girl when I found out that she dated somebody I was kind of close to. It's like, nah.
Did he tell you, or how'd you find out? Somewhat.
Well, I found out through mutual friends. Like, we were just all hanging out one day, and he was like, he was pretty much just bragging about the women that he ran through. Pretty much, like some guys kind of, they brag about the women they run through. He was a ball player. He was a basketball player, and he played in college and all that. So he just, that was just him though. That was one of the things that we thought was cool about him. He was kind of a ladies' man. He was.
Yeah.
He used to get it, and he didn't even care. Like, if he hooked up with a girl and it only lasted like 10 seconds, he was like, well, I still hit it. He was one of them type of dudes. He didn't care. He's like, hey.
So he just broke it to you in like conversation.
No,
he was like, but I loved her.
No, we were all hanging out. And he was just, like, guy talk. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But did he do it? Did he do it like publicly in front of other people too, or did he pull you to the side and like, hey, yo, one of the girls that I was talking about in that story?
No. We was all hanging out at another friend's house. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, that's fucked up.
But it was
on his part.
Well, it wasn't directed towards. He didn't direct it towards me. It was just like casual talk. We were just talking about.
Okay.
From the school, it wasn't directed towards me. I'm not even sure. He didn't even know that her and I were, in a relationship until he found out through his cousin. His cousin knew that we were dating because the girlfriend.
Oh, okay. So he was just bragging just on women, just in general. That
women. Right, correct.
Okay, so your girl wasn't actually there with you.
No, she wasn't there.
Well, okay. I was like,
it was like
this nigga bold.
No, it was like me. It was me, him, and two other guys. We were just, all just hanging out.
Okay, I'll just shoot shit.
We all play basketball. Just talking shit. We all play basketball together. And it was like he found out. He just found out that through his cousin. I'm friends with his cousin too. We all play ball together. We all
that makes more sense. I thought
that's how he found out. He was
CLS at first, man. The picture that I had in my head was that y'all all like Buffalo Wild Wings. You got your girl with you.
No.
He's with his friends.
No.
I got a circle of
like hey guys, me.
That's her.
No.
Girl, I smashed her too.
That would be savage. That would be sad. That would be funny.
Yeah, damn, my man's bold.
No. No, just you just shooting shit. Just casually talking, just hanging out. And it was I said, well, she's dating so and so now. It's like, I think she's dating Corey now. You know what I mean? That type of thing. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
Shit.
He was like, oh, okay. But you
gotta give us details, CLS. I was painting a whole different picture.
Nah. I didn't find out until like months later that they had dated. It was before me though. It was before me. It was just the fact that I didn't want to just have this constant reminder in my face because we all had mutual friends and we were all hanging out. We were doing stuff together. So I was like, I don't want nobody. I don't want my friends to hook up with some girl I'm trying to start a future with.
Yeah.
So the lesson that I learned in that situation is I just stopped dating local women and started dating women that lived in other towns, other cities.
Now that was smart that you cut it off before the feelings got even deeper because that would really suck. You'd be so conflicted. It's just like, hey, I'm going on an outing with the fellas. You can't come.
You guys sit over there. Don't look at nobody. You be snapping for no reason.
we were all young though. During this time, we were like 19, 20 years old, like around 19, 20, around that age.
I couldn't do it. I think everybody had good points, but it's just, my circle's small anyways. And like you said, it's like, man, you be hearing your friends tell stories and stuff. We're like, oh, hell no. CLS and Manic, hell no. Them cats wild. No, I'm joking. But I think you just harbor that resentment to a certain degree, even if you try to push past, the stories and stuff like that. I think like you're going to harbor some of them feelings and it's going to come out in some way. So eventually, because that's why I was going to ask you, Taj, like you were mature enough to kind of move past that. But like you said, you did bring up like what happened and stuff like that. So did eventually like that kind of fuck up the relationship? Like, because you were kind of still harboring some resentment in a way?
Yeah, so like there was, in fact, in this, so I laugh at it now, but we were playing a game against Kent County one day, and it was probably one of the worst games I ever had because literally that was on my mind for whatever reason. You know what I mean? It couldn't have been like more bad of a time. So I was thinking about it, and
it was a football game when you were playing football, right? You were
Yeah.
playing football? Yeah. Right.
So like I'm pissed off about the loss. I'm pissed off about my performance. You know, she's trying to comfort me and make sure I'm all good and all, but I'm just like, shit, you can't. You the problem. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm up here thinking about you. I gotta see this nigga on the field. Like, you know what I mean? And he like to run his mouth. He like to kiss and tell. So like,
some guys do.
You know, I told her, I was like, you know what? It is some things that's bothering me. She was like, what is it? So I told her straight up, you know. So she did. She apologized, and I'm just like, nah, ain't no need. I can't force you to apologize when it happened before me. You know, I'm just not that type of guy. I don't hold nobody up like that. You know, your past is your past. You know what I mean? It's not like I was seeing wedding bands between her and I. You know what I mean? Only God could have happened. But like, I did. I kind of bit the bullet on that. You know, it wasn't until old boy said something one time, I guess, trying to talk slick, you know, be funny, is where I had to bust that niggas up. You know, that just happened. I didn't really appreciate that because he was mad about something. I guess because I was with her, because he kept on trying to flirt with her and shit. I didn't really appreciate that, you know. And she told me about it, and you know, I forgot how that situation went down, but I want to say it was open gym, and we was just BSing around until dismissal, and he had said something, but he was speaking out loud. You know how people say that shit to where you can hear it because they want you to hear it, but not saying it directly to you.
Yeah, he want you to hear it, like indirectly.
I'm not that type of dude to wait on nobody, man. I walked up to him like, "What's up with it?" Because you're saying it at a fair distance where you know I'm going to hear it. I told him about what she told me. He tried to laugh it off, said, "Oh, it wasn't like nah." So I got him, and we threw down because like now you disrespecting me. It wasn't until then I realized what it was doing to me. I did. After a while, maybe a month or two after that, I'm like, okay, we got to cut this off, man, because it was eating at me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I bit the bullet a little bit, you know, and I was very mature about it. But at the same time, because I was young, it was, I guess, the immaturity trying to sneak up on me and get the best of me, which it did eventually. Because I, you know, looking back on it now, I probably shouldn't have whooped that dude's ass about that. It was over a female. You know what I mean? That's kind of embarrassing looking at it now. You know what I mean? But for
that's big of you, like telling that. But do you think now, like at your age, because even now, I'm not mature enough to do it, you know. So I'm 43 and I could have hacked it, you know. So do you think, like, you know, at your age now, because it sounds like in high school type thing, but did you think you could still look past it, or? Believe it or not, yeah. I'm 28 years old now, and honestly, I'm pretty much what I'm doing now is hitting like Corey's doing now. You know, I'm living in such a small ass town. Everybody's doing one another, so I'll be like, I'm not. Nobody local. No, I'm not with all that. But if somebody were to come to me and be like, oh, I used to mess with her. Okay, you know, go confront the woman about it, or if she brings it up, whatever, talk about it. You know, but at the end of the day, I still firmly believe, like, hey, look, I'm not gonna, you know, hold you by your hair for something that happened way before me. You know what I mean? It had nothing to do with me. I wasn't messing with you then. Just make sure we clear on one thing. That shit is dead now. Like, you know what I mean? If we're moving forward and we really for real about this thing, cut all that shit. You know, we ain't with all that no more. You know, it's me now. Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. So just as long as they all into the relationship, then you could. No, man, that's big, man. Shit, like I said, maybe shit I gotta grow up.
Just respect this shit. That's all. You know what I mean? Because I would want the same in return. Like, I could be like, hey, you know, I messed with your girl back whenever. Is that going to interfere with anything? I'm going, you know, because I know I'm a wonder. You know what I mean? I'm going to want her to be like, oh, that's, you know, it's before me. You know, with this generation now, the way it's going, it may not happen because not everybody think the way I do. But at the same time, that's why I carry myself the way I do, because I want that shit in return. You know what I mean? So,
Manny, you was about to chime in, and
I was just saying I agree with that. I mean, I wouldn't tell her like, hey, I mess with your friend. I just like the men and woman dynamic is a little different. I'm like, hey, I never did anything. If they ain't got no video evidence, hey, nothing happened. But I'm also a type of person. I don't talk about what I do. So it would never. I mean, even if I was dealing with a woman and I did mess with her friend, the only way she's gonna find out is if her friend, you know, wants to try and sabotage, her relationship. Because most people are just gonna be cool and be like, "Hey, it was a pass. I'm not mentioning anything." Yeah. So it's just like, unless her friend is looking at it from a perspective of, "Hey, I'm gonna throw in some like, because some women do that. Some women are just like, "Hey, I think that they're too happy, and I did something. I got to get this off my chest." They try to make it seem like, "Oh, I'm just being a good friend by letting them know," and it's just like, I'm not saying nothing. You're the one that's gonna go out there and say something, and because you say something, I'm gonna deny it.
I think that's why I did kept it up front, because I
never fucking happened.
But people do that for real. You know what I mean?
So you're gonna hit her with the Shaggy. It wasn't me, huh?
It never happened. I'm a virgin.
So Taj, what was you saying?
No, I was saying it's what he was talking about. People do like to sabotage, especially in this little town that I'm in. My experiences haven't been the best. Everybody likes to sabotage. I call this town the crab pot because nobody wants to see anybody happy. You know what I mean? Once you get an inch of happiness to try to get out, they pull your ass right back in. You know what I mean? So I think with that particular situation, that is why I kind of just kept it real. I'm beating everybody to the punch. You ain't got shit on me. My skeletons are out my closet. You know what I mean?
That's dope.
Yeah.
Like, now I got one more thing to say, man. Just as men in general, like, the less you talk, the more successful you'll be. Because when women find out that like you've been around and you're not saying it, and people don't know about it, they'll just hit you up on some like, okay, at least this dude is discreet. He's not going to be, talking about it. So that's just something that a lot of young dudes don't know. And, with the opportunity, if anybody young is watching this, it's like, hey, don't talk about, who you're sleeping with, how you're doing it. Like that's some stuff that's on a need to know basis. And, women really appreciate that. And it'll bring more.
Yeah. Stop bragging, man. I definitely agree with that.
All right.
So we'll go ahead and, close this one out, man. Definitely a great conversation, man. I respect all y'all perspectives because y'all have me thinking, and that's the whole concept of this, because like there's a lot of platforms, but we want to make sure that everybody could kind of speak, because there's always like that. It seems like there's that alpha dynamic that comes out where people want to shame each other and stuff like that. And it's like, man, we all men. Everybody's gonna operate differently, man. It's good to just hear, everybody's perspectives and stuff. So that's what we try to create here and stuff like that, and know where we can all communicate. Nobody being emotional and stuff like that. So we're going to keep on continuing these. If you ever interested, hit up my DMs if you want to join, the platform and stuff like that, because we're trying to expand out and stuff. These is the original cast and stuff. So we're open to anybody. Like if you have any different topics you want us to dissect, hit us up with that too, man, because we're going to keep on expanding on this type of stuff. So, ladies, I know last time, I was at the Olive Garden. There was a bunch of old ladies that stopped me and they wanted to know about CLS. So there's going to be a bunch of women, with high body counts going to hit up Taj. So
it's not me.
So we're gonna bid them on eBay. So if y'all throw your bids in,
Yes.
Oh man.
You don't want trying to pick up chicks at the Olive Garden. You're the fucking Olive Garden trying to get what?
They was on the walker. They was like, "Where's CLS at?" I was like, "Hey."
That's not looking for you. Like he's trying to get some hot young pussy and unlimited breast.
But they coming for Taj now. Taj will open some doors up. They're like, shoot, them chicks that got the high body counts that just found Jesus yesterday.
Nah, but he said you like you ever see that movie Hall Pass? You that Hall Pass dude. He said you go in the Olive Garden and try to pick up chicks. He got his Hall Pass. He said, man, you trying to get some hot young pussy or unlimited breast sticks. You there for the breast sticks.
That's crazy, man.
Oh man, y'all funny as hell. But all right, y'all, thanks for showing up, and we out of here.